It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Jags and the Raiders, next on Madden Football.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. Leading them out, someone with a big arm and a field general's mindset, Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, second year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
Right to the air with May. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 37 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Going play action, May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 18 at the 40-yard line.
Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a pickup of 4 yards, and that leaves him with 3rd and 14.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. From the gun, it's May. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. This is a 44-yard look from the right hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
And you could feel it, Kate. He wasn't content at any point of last week's game. As he led them to a win, he kept pushing higher and higher. 300 yards, 350, 400, and he was still thriving, driving the ball downfield as the game ended with a good bit over 400 yards. With this mindset, well, that's the minimum bar for him to attack this week.
Lawrence starting with a throw. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. What a dive. I think he caught it. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Pass is cut at the 9. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They bring Johnston in motion. May on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
May now on 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. He'll get it at the 9. And he gets him what he can, but still pretty deep in their own territory starting out. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Jaguars are going to take over from deep in their own side. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
A pickup there of 39. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get 6 more on their early advantage. And the kick is no good. An early point after left on the table. Maybe later in this game, it's going to be a moment we look back on. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. A give to Mitchell, running left. He breaks a tackle. face a 4-point deficit. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Raiders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And it's been such an incredible season for him. As we play our final month of football, he's leading the NFL in passing yards. First down throw, Lawrence. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Brought in inside the 20. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Going jumbo set on his first and goal. Now Lawrence. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars stretch their early lead to 9. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars make it a 10-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they ran it in for 6. First down throw for May. Completes this one to Dontavion Wicks. This is ahead for about 5. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. Offense to the line for second down. Tight end going in motion here. On play action, here's May. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now here he goes. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Josh Hines-Allen, that time to haul him down. Time now for the... Third and just 2 to go. Mitchell up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The Jaguars are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And no one has been better than him at finding the end zone through the air all year. He's leading this league in passing touchdowns late in our season. First and 10, it's Lawrence. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now Lawrence on the play fake. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's out of bounds, just a step short of the 40. Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
He lays out for it and makes the catch. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset. And they've got themselves another first and 10. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. He's on the move. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars make it a 16-point ball game. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take a 3-possession lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. First and 10 now from the 30. A tight end in motion now. To the air on first down, May. Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
And 10 at the 30-yard line.
May now from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Good for Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's May. Pass complete, Tutu Atwell. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To the air yet again, May. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Jaguars have the football as he records his 12th INT of this season.
Well, that's what you call making the best out of a pretty messy situation. You hate to give the ball away, but that's a tremendous effort to bring the defender down right away and minimize the damage with very little return.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first and 10, here's Lawrence. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the red zone. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
All right, I'll set up now. First and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Finds his target, Hall. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Lawrence picking up the pace. First down from the red zone. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Little tax on the extra point. And the Jaguars make it a 24-point ball game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Raiders trying to make some noise before halftime. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the gun, it's May. That throw finds Johnston. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. May on 1st and 10. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. On his Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars grow their lead yet again. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive started from the 30. The Raiders have their offense back out there. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Second and 8. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The slated downs to approach here from the 40. Made a throw it. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 48. Completed here to Johnston. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
And the Raiders first down.
Still sticking with the passing game. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Back to the air. It's May. He just throws this one away.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Looking to throw. Forced out to his right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the third quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Jaguars ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lawrence now off the play action. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Throw left side, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Lawrence on the play fake. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Finds him on the crossing route. And he gets this forward to the 19. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face 2nd down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars continue piling onto this lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders and quarterback Drake May. First and 10 now from the 30. Now, oh, he lost the football. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock. But now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice. But kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
This finds Mitchell complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to...
And the Jaguars are there. He's hauled down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's Lawrence. Chased out to his right. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Lawrence throwing here. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Lawrence to throw it. That one's caught along the left sideline. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars tack on 7 more to their lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. May now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 21-yard line.
Motioning the tight end now. Another try following the sack. Lays out left side and gets it.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's made in the air. Complete here to Bowers. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jair Alexander with the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, here's Mitchell. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and...
We're off to the 4th. Third down, 1 yard to go. Operating from the gun, here's May. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fight's deep. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They're going play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to be down close to the 35 as he goes out. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down. Lawrence working from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars continue adding on to that lead.
Raiders 13. Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. To the air on 1st down, May. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 28-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with third down. From the gun, it's May. He puts some air under this one, deep rock. Oh no, they get him yet again! And the Jaguars take over on his 11th interception of the campaign.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his third interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
First down throw, Lawrence. Catch is made in close. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. On is Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. First down throw for May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. They'll send their tight end right. May now on 3rd down. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. Begins his return at the 16. Dukes out a one-stop. And finally, they're able to corral him, but not before he gets a hefty amount on that return. Found his way through most of the kicking team. He picked up 25 on that return. And it'll be Jaguars football. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Buys time, rolling right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now Lawrence. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric.
And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Jaguars throwing 6 more on the blowout. The extra point is up, and it is good. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's now second and 19 at the 21-yard line.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders trying to do some window dressing. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. May looking to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. May. He's got time here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Caught, nice gain left side. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. Able to find Strange here. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Raiders, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. All right, here we go. Second down. May now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Third and long for him here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot, and they pick him off again. And the Jaguars have it as he records his 7th interception of the season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked on a guy out, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they get 38 out of the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
From the red zone now. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's 2nd down coming up. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. They decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown, the knee it out. Either way, this one's over.